Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. What we see is the truth. But instead of looking at it as the truth, we ask questions. And the questions begin in the format of cause and effect. So when we see a child, simply look at it, play with him and go ahead, no problem. But we have questions. Whose son you are? Because he is an effect. So when the event is labeled by us as effect, it is our responsibility to find out the cause. See? One very simple principle I will tell you, try. Delete 2 words from your dictionary. Before you delete, I will tell you something. Once a father was scolding his son because the son said, I can't do that, it is impossible. So father got angry. Do you know, in the dictionary of Napoleon, there was no word like impossible. So the son said, he must have bought a wrong dictionary. So delete these 2 words from your dictionary. One, why? Second, how? Immediate question will pop up. But why and how? Try these 2 words. Most of your problems will be dissolved. You know, out of the 26 alphabets, the most dangerous alphabet, problem creating alphabet is W. Why, where, when, wife, woman. Ammas are going to kill me, I know that. See, if you drop this word why, you will be relaxed. See, this happened in some place in India. There was a Shiva temple. And I was standing outside, my darshan was over, I was just standing and watching the people. That is the best way to time pass. So I do that only in life. So I was watching. One typical South Indian came to that temple. And who is a South Indian? He who has got a dish antenna, and then the lungi, and all kinds of marks. You know, all the South Indians, they put vibhuti. Do you know what is that? It is a dust collected from the various places in the house. If not, ask them. See. So he came with a proper makeup. And there was no Shakti Stambha in front of Lord Shiva's temple. So he said, excuse me. I said, excused. Why there is no Shakti Stambha in front of the Shiva temple? I said, say the same sentence, deleting the word why. He said, there is no Shakti Stambha before the Shiva temple. I said, okay, never mind. Take darshan and go. Relax. Why? Because the sky is too high. Our whole life is whiling away by howling at life. Delete these 2 words, why and how. You will be relaxed. See? Therefore, here the teacher gives us the technique of meditation. Yesterday we have seen, I am just summarizing, Sukshmatvad, Adrishyatvad, Nirgunatvad cha yogivihi, Alambanadi yat proktam kramat alambanam bhavet. So start becoming subjective. Objectivity is the first and the last obstacle to be transcended by every seeker of truth. Objectivity is knowledge called as mind. And that knowledge which is without objectivity is consciousness. Therefore, how we become subjective, sukshmatvad, how subtle it is, your vision changes. See? Today when we were standing before the aquarium in our Subhash's house, so I enjoy watching the aquarium. And then I was telling, I said, see, when the fish move inside, water doesn't move. See, water doesn't move. On the surface of the, water in the aquarium, there is some movement. But inside when the fish are moving, there is no movement of the water. See, in the same manner, we remain untouched. We are like the waters, and every experience is like a fish. Good experience comes, goes away. Bad experience comes, goes away. See? Nirgunatvat, Adrishyatvat, Sukshmatvat, three principles. Without any effort, you will disappear. Satata abhyasa yuktastu niralambo yada bhavet. So how do we know that we are really progressing properly in the right direction? We start giving up supports. Niralamba. See, when we are learning how to ride a bicycle, you all must have done, we all do it. So first time you sit, somebody is holding from behind, and then slowly, and the balance doesn't come. I don't know why it happens. And if you sit also, why the bicycle is going in one direction like this, why doesn't it go straight? And one day when you are riding and a person who was holding, he left it and you go ahead and you are hoping that he is holding on. And then you ask him, hey, am I riding okay? And no reply. Oh, wo nahi hai kya? Immediately fall down. See? So, till such time, we require alambana. Alambana is support. See? What is that about which we don't require anybody's certification? Now, Dr. Saab has seen my BP. BP means blood pressure, because I have got many definitions of BP. When people sit for a long time in satsang, they suddenly get up and go. Why BP? BP means bladder pressure. They go away. So when he has seen the BP, and then he will be telling, see, you are not well, you are well, etc., etc. Some support, some alamban. I am, do I require any doctor certificate? I don't require anybody's authentication about my existence. Niralambo bhavet. See, friends, colors and forms are seen by the eyes. Eyes are eyes because they can see the colors and forms. When both of them are available, then only the vision is established. If there is absolute darkness, your eyes are open, can be tested whether the eyes are having the vision or not. You require the colors and forms to establish the vision. See, friends. So the vision is because of the eyes, or eyes are because of the vision? Mutual dependence. See, friends. And thus when we go beyond this relative experience which demands mutual dependence and come to Niralamba, no support required. One Indian minister from Pondicherry, education minister, who failed in the 10th standard, and then he again appeared education minister. And then he made someone else appear on his behalf, and then he was caught, and then he was sent in jail, education minister. So he had some eye problem. So we went to the doctor, and the doctor said, okay, sit down, and he started showing the letters. Can you read this thing? He said, no. Then he made it bigger. Can you read this thing? No. He made it big, 6 feet tall. Can you read this thing? No. Why? I don't know English. Now that person, what medicine or thing you can give? Therefore, go beyond mutual dependence. Lesser the support, nearer we are to the reality. See? Now the same principle applied everywhere in life. Lesser the choice we give to ourselves, happier we are. Give zero choice, you are happiest. More options, more confusion. Less options, less confusion. Therefore, satata abhyasa yuktastu niralambo yatha bhavet tallayad liyate na antar guna doshe vivarjitaha. And in this manner, when the mind dissolves, how the mind dissolves? See, one of my methods of meditation is when I do ironing of my lungi. That time I have learnt a lot. When you dry them or squeeze them and all that, there are so many wrinkles. The lungi looks so ugly, not beautiful. So when we put on the iron box, on the table and move the iron box, you know, in Hindi, it is called as istri. And you also know that in UP, they cannot pronounce sa without addition of e. So they cannot say stri. They will say istri because it is hot. This is niruktam, etymological derivation of every word. So when you are moving that iron box, the wrinkles disappear. So where do the wrinkles go? In the same manner, thoughts are nothing but wrinkles on consciousness. Consciousness with wrinkles of thoughts is mind. So move the iron box. Heat. So in the white heat of meditation, when there is nobody, no thought. When there is somebody, there will be thought. See. Tallayat. When this I thought disappears, the pure I remains, the thought aspect disappears. Visha vishvasya raudrasya moha murcha pradasya cha ekameva vinashaya yamogam sahajamratam. When there is no effort, where there is no effort. When we are experiencing our own presence, there is no effort. But when we are wanting to acquire knowledge about something through senses or the mind, then efforts are there. See, when you are listening to me, this is just an example, I know you are not. When you are listening to me, you are putting all efforts. What is said, what is said, what is said. Now instead of listening, try another technique. Simply relax and be aware that somebody is talking and something is said and you are just this knowledge will sink in you. It will be like, a blotting paper. It will just absorb. See? Therefore, lesser the efforts. Sahajamrita. Sahajamrita is where there is no effort at all. That nectar is the only medicine for the destruction of this poison of relative existence. There is no other way. Bhavagamyam nirakaram sakaram drushtigocharam bhava bhava virmuktam antaralam taduchyate. Bhavagamyam nirakaram. That which is without any form is recognized only through thoughts or experience like joy, sorrow. There is no form to this joy and sorrow. Love, hatred. I love you. How much? So much. Only this much? No man. Himalaya, like Himalaya. Any expression of your quantity of love you try to give, it is a failure. See? Therefore, Bhavagamyam nirakaram and drushtigocharam sakaram. And that which is recognized through the sense organs is with form. So two things, with form and without form. Now the teacher says, Bhava abhava vinirmuktam. Which has nothing to do with the form or the formlessness. Now see, sound, form. Silence, formless. Both of them are supported by the one which is beyond the sound and beyond the silence. Sound does not create any disturbance. Silence does not add any quietness. See, our Satya Sai Baba's abode used to be called as Prashanti Nilayam. We all know Ashanti. Opposite of Ashanti is Shanti. Prashanti is that which is beyond Shanti and Ashanti. Therefore, Bhava Bhava Vinirmuktam Antaralam Taduchyate. This is the ultimate reality. See, friends. Bahya bhavam bhaved vishvam anta prakrutiruchyate antarad antaram neyam narikela phalambuvata. So up to the 18th verse we have come yesterday. Now I have entered the 19th verse. Bahya bhavam bhaved vishvam. We all talk about world. For us, world means what? Children, husband, wife, government, economy, and wars, and various kinds of natural calamities. This is what we think about world. But here is the technical definition. Bahya bhavam bhaved vishvam. all that which is recognized as other than me is the world. How simple definition, which includes everything. Bahya bhavam bhavat vishwam. And antaha prakriti ruchyate. And where there is a sense of I, so the sense of I is inside and the sense of not I is outside. So what is our experience? An interaction between the two concepts of inside versus outside. But if we go deep, we will come to know that whatever is recognized outside, everything is recognized as existing, existing, existing. Nothing is recognized as non-existing. Even the absence is recognized as existing. You are very conspicuous by your absence. There is nothing. See, friends. Therefore, the outer world demands to be recognized as is. And the inner world, I is. So this one existence, because of the two conditionings, one conditioning is name and form, becomes an object. Second conditioning is the panchakoshas, become the subject. And thus, the wall of the body identification creates an illusion of I versus not I, and the samsara begins. Therefore, bahya bhavam bhavet vishwam anta prakriti ruchyate. And when this in and out concept is erased temporarily, as in deep sleep, where is the world? Bahya bhavam disappeared. And who are we? The inner also disappeared. See? In the deep sleep, see, our experience of waking is different for each one of us. Our dreams are also different from each one of us. I don't know what are your dreams. My dreams are different, your dreams are different. My waking experience is different, your waking experience is different. But our deep sleep experience is common. Waker to waker is different. Husband to husband is different. Mother to mother is different. Mother-in-law to mother-in-law is different. Then my worries are different, your worries are different. My joys are different, your joys are different. My miseries are different, your miseries are different. One girl asked me this question, small one. Swamiji, do you become sometime miserable? I said, yes, of course. When do you become miserable? I said, when my joke goes flat. That is the height of misery that I go through. Because sometimes you come across Aurangzeb. And Aurangzeb is those who do not have any WQ. You know WQ? IQ, you know? IQ. You know BBQ. BBQ restaurant. First time when I came to Sydney, I saw that board. So I asked somebody who was driving me. I said, hey, what is this BBQ restaurant? So you don't know this is a barbecue. I said, no, you don't know. BBQ restaurant hai na? When there is a restaurant, why you require a BB? BB means wife. When you are totally detached from the body and disappear in the deep sleep, neither there is any world nor are you. There is only experience of homogeneous blissful existence. So in deep sleep we are all one. See? The moment body identification happens, don't touch me, keep away. In India, in the trains we get this experience. You will be fighting roads and roads like that, and summer days, and the lullaby of the train. And after the train starts, then all the containers open, the food comes out, and it disappears in the stomach. And then the heat, and lullaby, like that, and then you sleep. So my feet are in somebody's lap, no objection. Somebody's hand is in my pocket. See, all the differences disappear. See, recognize this experience of yours. So wherever there are differences, samsara begins. See? Therefore, Bahya bhavat bhavim vishvam anta prakriti ruchyate antaran antaram zneyam. Now go third step. External is the world, internal experiencer, and the one who is beyond the experienced and the experiencer is the ultimate truth. Therefore, this definition I told you, experience without an experiencer is the truth. Knowledge without the knower is the truth. Joy without an enjoyer is the truth. Action without a doer is the truth. Let us be aware that this personality doesn't get crystallized. That is our basic problem. Bhagavan says, Yasya nahankruto bhavaha buddhihi yasya na lipyate hatvapi sa iman lokan na hanti na nibadyate. He who doesn't have the sense of doership, he doesn't do any karma. Therefore, no sin, no merit. See, friends, there was one liar, he had a client, and the client told, liar saab. They are called a lawyer or liar, I don't know. That is their profession. Like, the CA. CA have got their own profession. Corruption authenticated is CA. Similarly, liar means the one who proves how the wrong is right. So he got hold of a liar and told him, see, I have committed 3-4 murders, save me. Don't worry, I'll tell you, only that you should speak in the court. And he was told, when they ask you anything, you simply say, ta 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 ta. Anything they ask. So what's your name? Ta 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 ta. You have to behave properly. This is not the way. Ta 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 ta. Anything he was asked, he was replying. Now the liar stood. Sir, he is insane. He doesn't know what he is talking, what is he. Therefore, when a mad person commits some crime, he is not punished. He is sent to the mental hospital. He doesn't know what he is doing. There is no doership behind his act. And he was relieved. So the liar was very happy. See, I told you I will save you. He was keeping quiet. Now, what about my fees? Ta, ta, ta. Over. Yasya nahankruto bhavaha buddhihi yasya na lipyate. See? Therefore, antaran antaram zneyam. Outside the coconut there is hard shell. Inside there is not very hard but not very soft, the coconut proper which we eat. And inside that there is the coconut water. See? Hard shell is like our gross body. Good juice? Gross body. And the coconut that we eat is like the subtle body, Punjabis, subtle body. And the water inside is like Paramatma, no shape, no form, and supporting them. Narikelambuvat. So we discard the hard shell and we get beyond the subtle body and come to realize that substratum which is supporting both the subtle body, the experiences and experienced, both are supported by the same reality without becoming experiencer. See? Now to make this point, take an example. You know, when we go through the immigration, that time we are given a form and they ask you all dumb questions. Are you a member of a criminal organization? Yes, no. Who is going to write yes there? Then is there any criminal proceedings pending against you? Yes, no. And then when we were entering this world, we were given a form by the Lord. And on that form it was written, Anityam Asukham Lokam Imam Prapya. Now you are entering an abode of miserable existence. Question and options. Do you want to be miserable? Options. Yes, no. If your tick mark yes, God will say, Tathastu. Friends, miseries can be attributed to someone else. And that is what we do. We have got default settings in our system. If I am a husband, the cause of my misery is my wife. If I am a father, the cause of my misery is the kids. If I am a daughter-in-law, the cause of misery is mother-in-law. See? Standard format. So, the miseries you can attribute to somebody, but we are all miserable by our option. See? Therefore, one of the very simple spiritual practice is, whatever is being done, be aware that the I is not crystallized. See? I am doing this, I am doing that. Instead of that, that is done. So, something is done in that something is important. And I have done that in that I is important. So, reject the active voice and start using the passive voice in your life. See? Therefore, Narikelambuvat, like the coconut water inside, full of nutrition and so good. In the same manner, go beyond cause and effect, joy and sorrows, doer and not doer, and come to discover that you are the substratum of the total experience. Bhranti jnanam sthitam bahyam samyak jnanam cha madhyagam madhyan madhyataram jneyam narikela phalambuvata. Bhranti jnanam sthitam bahyam. See, whatever we see outside us is only an illusion. Now see, what is an illusion? These are few things which we must have. The basics must be clear. If the basics are clear, then the subject becomes easy. See, like for a doctor, if his anatomy is perfect, then he can become a good surgeon. Otherwise, after the patient is there on the table and the doctor साहब goes and हाँ क्या ऑपरेशन है इसका किडनी अरे किडनी कहाँ है he must know perfectly well. In the same manner, the basics of spiritual life are these. When these basics are clear, spiritual life will start happening. So what is the basic? Bhranti jnanam sitam bahyam. The illusion is outside. Now what is the meaning of illusion first of all? Illusion means that experience which is experienced, which appears but which is not. Number one. Example, the mirage waters, the sunrise, sunset, etc. Second thing, illusion means which demands a particular set of conditions for the happening of that event is illusion. So we see the road running in the opposite direction only when we are sitting in a running car. See? Road doesn't run. Once I was going somewhere in Maharashtra, we travelled for quite some time, and early morning at about 5 o'clock or so, we were supposed to go to Anandi near Pune. Travelled a lot, night, about 6 hours. And the driver, I asked him, I said, hey man, if you don't know, why don't you ask somebody? You are, I think, mistaken the road and all that. No, I am all right. I said, okay, you stop. I will ask. And one person, in the morning 5 o'clock, with a nice pagdi on his head and a lota in the hand, he was going for the disposable toilet. You people may be knowing disposable tissue paper, disposable plates. This is a disposable toilet. Yad gatva na nivartante. Never goes to the same place again. So he was going for that in the morning, 5 o'clock. So he was the only person available, so I asked him. I said, hey, Mahatma ji, where does this road go? He looked at me. Road doesn't go anywhere. Road is here. You ask me where you want to go, I will tell you. I said, Guru Maharaj ki jai ho. So, illusion is that which demands n number of conditions to happen. So, Bhranti jnanam sitam bahyam. Colors and forms are because of the eyes. Eyes are because of the colors and forms. So which is the cause and which is the effect? Anything which is mutually dependent is an illusion. See? One day one father was scolding his son. I gave you birth and you behave like this thing? So the son said, Dad, enough is enough. Who told you you gave me birth? Actually, I gave you birth. So the father was thinking, my God, now this digital fellow, what he brings out? He said, without my birth, who called you dad? So the father is the son and the son is the father. Who is who? Because of the father he is a son, or because of the son he is a father? See friends, anything which is relative, mutually dependent, is not real. Therefore, Bhranti jnanam sitam bayam samyak jnanam cha madhyagam. Samyak jnanam, correct understanding. It is inside. Like what? When we see the mirage waters, it is an illusion. This it is an illusion is known inside. So outside there is mirage waters, and inside the knowledge that it is just an appearance, it is not. Samyak jnanam madhyagam and madhyad madhyataram jneyam. Now beyond this. So the external knowledge, which is illusion, internal knowledge, which is correct understanding. But can this correct understanding happen without you being there, the absolute self? See? Therefore, give up the objective world, come to the experience of the objective world. Give up the experience, and that which was illuminating both the experience and the experience object is like the coconut water deep within, most refreshing. Paurnamasyam yatha chandra eka evati nirmalaha tena tat sadrusham pashen dvidha drushtir viparyaha. Paurnamasyam yatha chandraha, Chandra. Like on the Purnamasi, the full moon night, the moon is one, nirmalaha. There is no impurity whatsoever. See how many moons we know? There are 17 moons. Prathama, Dvitiya, Tritiya, Chaturthi, Panchami, Shashti, Saptami, Ashtami, Navami, Dashmi, Ekadashi, Dvadashi, Trayodashi, Chaturdashi, Purnima and Amavasya 16. 17th is the moon. So that one moon, because of the shadow of the earth, appears as if that one moon is divided into 16 parts. Shodashakala Purushaha. Because there are so many moons referred, Prathama, Dvitiya, etc., does it mean that there are so many moons? So the one moon appears to have become many because of some conditioning. Now apply this principle subjectively. One man appears to have become many. With the conditioning of his father, he is a son. With the conditioning of the mother, he is a husband. With the conditioning of his son, he is a father. So that one man has become three. Now in this 3 plus 1/4 to real, which is the real? See. Now has this man become 3? But who is miserable? These 3 are miserable. Man is never miserable. Husband is never happy. And what is husband? He who doesn't exist, he is miserable. Look here. Think. Then how do we deal in this world with this knowledge? Go to Bengaluru, Karnataka. Do your role perfectly well. And after the role is over, remove your costume and be a human being. See? And even while the role is being played, that time also, we continue to be ourselves. Like the actors, when they act on the stage, whatever may be their role that they are playing, the role of a miserable person, the role of a successful man, the role of a servant, the role of a king, although they are performing their roles perfectly well, at the same time also, the king knows he is not a king, the servant knows he is not a servant, and yet the role is being played perfectly well. In the same manner, do your job perfectly in whatever position you are placed by the Lord, but at the same time, don't forget your original status as to what you are. See, this example I was talking in Melbourne probably or somewhere. I am a good actor, by the way. So once I was acting on a stage, many years before. And the whole story was developed around me in such a manner that I was being tortured, tormented for none of my fault. So the whole audience's sympathy was with me, that character. And I came on the stage and crying, very miserable. And I was being beaten like that. Only ta-da sound, no hitting on the body. And when all that was happening, I was crying with the glycerin tears and all that, and firing my dialogues. That time, the whole audience took out their tissue paper and started crying with the nose. This is digital crying. They don't cry with the eyes. Why the eyelashes will come out? You see this, page 3 girls. I don't know, do you have page 3 here? In India, Times of India, there is one page called page 3. All high-fi society news is there, So they have got so much of makeup. So if they have to, wipe their nose or eyes, etc., they have got a particular style. Because if they don't do that way, the whole makeup will come out. So when I was crying on the stage, the whole audience was crying with the nose. That time what was going in my mind? Are Dumbo, you are paying and crying really. I am paid and I am crying fake. I am not crying. So, in this drama of life, never be the audience, be the actor. See, actor means what? Who only acts without an ego is an actor. Bhagavan says, Karmanyeva adhikaraste. You are right for action, not reaction. But we are constantly reacting in this world. And because of these reactions, the I and the progeny of I is born. Therefore, madhyataram neyam narikela phalamavad paurnamasam yatha chandra ekaha eva ati nirmalaha. So like the moon is one without a second, absolute, immaculate, pure. And the multiplicity of the moon, 16 of them, they are not real. Here the example is given. Tena tas sadrusham pashyad dvidha drushti viparraya. If somebody presses, his eyeball, he will be seeing two things. There are two moons. So the second moon is an optical abnormality. In the same manner, the multiplicity which creates the samsara is our mental abnormality. See, friends. Therefore, dvidha drishti viparreya. Viparreya means what? Viparreya means upside down understanding. Like what? We go and ask the jeweler, is there gold in this ornament? He said, yes. The gold is not in the ornament. The ornament is superimposed on gold. Because what is an ornament? Gold plus name and form. The reality is the gold. Name and form can change. One lady went to the jeweler with her old style big bead golden necklace and told, kindly melt it and convert it into a dog's belt because this is the fashion now. Have you seen that? I saw somewhere in Europe, one lady was putting the necklace like a dog's belt. I was searching for the chain, lead. There it is. All funny things. In one pharmacy I had gone, somebody was buying for me, so that Swamiji, please come quickly. So I got out of the car and went there. He said, see, he told me in Hindi, because that was a white girl. See what is hanging in her ears. There were, skeletons hanging here, And she does like this skeleton. What kind of fashion? So, the gold is not in the ocean. Gold is not in the ornaments. The ornaments are superimposed on the gold. In the same manner, we are not in the body. The body is in us. Panchakosha Vivek, if you do correctly, it will give you a different understanding. But normally when the students learn, they learn that, Annamaya Kosha. Inside the Annamaya Kosha is Pranamaya Kosha. Inside the Pranamaya Kosha is Manomaya Kosha. Inside the Manomaya Kosha, there is Vijnanamaya Kosha. Inside the Vijnanamaya Kosha, there is Anandamaya Kosha. Inside the Anandamaya Kosha, there is Angushtamatra Purushaha Madhya Atmani Tishtati Ishano Bhuta Bhavyasya Na Tato Vijupsate. And then the meditation is going inside. Disturb andar ja raha hai. Bewakufi. That is not the meaning. See? The body is supported by prana. So the body is the content and prana is the container. Body and the prana, they are the contents, mind is the container. These three are the contents, the I, Vijnanamaya Kosha is the container. The four are the contents, Anandamaya Kosha is the container. Therefore, in Anandamaya Kosha, everything is included. Vijnanamaya, Manomaya, Pranamaya and Annamaya Kosha. So when you are in reality reaching the Anandamaya Kosha, you will not get no. All the barriers will be broken. And the shape and the form of the body will disappear from your mind without going to sleep. Sleep and samadhi are equal. In sleep, we know not. In samadhi, we know. The only difference. See, friends, Viparya. You must have done this thing when we are somewhere on the airport. There are so many things hanging, so many things in our hand. And then we have to fill in that useless form, departure form. Your passport number, which you can never remember. And then the date of issue, another problem. Every time you have to remember this. And you don't want to leave your phone anywhere, lest you forget. So with all those things in your hand, you put one pen also there and start writing and filling. That time see your handwriting, how horrible it is. Because it is conditioned by so many holds of the hand. The moment you discard every object from your hand, free your hand and then write, how beautiful the handwriting comes. Exactly the same way. Our mind is holding on to this body. Till such time, the mind is holding on to the body, mind will think only with reference to this body. When the mind has discarded the body shape, the body form, the mind merges in the total mind. That is entering the Anandamaya Kosha. Not knowing this, many people just start doing, One student was there, he came. He said, Swamiji, I have tried everything. all medicines, allopathy, naturopathy, homeopathy, all pathy have become pathetic, and the headache is not going. They have done the cat scan, dog scan, every scan. I don't know what should I do. I said, listen, two conditions, no discussion, no argument. Yes, sit down. Then I did champion polish of his head. I said, from tomorrow or from today onwards, you are not attending any class. Eat good food. If you want to eat in a hotel, go and eat and come back. Sleep. Watch movie. Don't come for any class, no meditation, no Vedanta, no nothing. Relax. If you want, you can read some James Hadley Chase. Spend some time. And then tell me after 10 days. Within 3-4 days, he says, Swami, my headache gone. So he asked me, what has happened? I said, meditation poisoning. That is not meditation. Otherwise you keep on. See, that is not the way. It is something like this, If you take any cloth, towel, and suppose some thread is coming outside, so we normally pull it. But the thread is not cut from the other end. So when you pull it, there is a kind of accumulation of the cloth in that area, is it not? Exactly this is what happens. When there is no body identification gone, the mind is holding on to the body identification, and you start pulling the mind by the force. Then all like a cloth, that mind becomes inside crumbled, and then all mental abnormalities come. See? And this happens because they are doing. If they don't do it, and it will start happening without creating any abnormality. See, friends. Therefore, the more you become subjective, this viparreya will disappear. Tena sadrusham pashet vidha drushti viparreya. So our present understanding is, I am in the body, this is viparreya. But when you come to discover that the body is in me, the container is never influenced by the contents. See? The space in the pot is never influenced by whether there is a Ganga Jala or there is a Johnny Walker. The space remains untouched by them. In the same manner, no experience, no thought can ever touch us. Gaudapadacharya calls this as asparsha yoga, untouchable yoga. दृष्टि विपर्ययः अनेनैव प्रकारेण बुद्धिभेदो न सर्वगः दाता च धीरतामेति गीयते नाम कोटिभिः. अनेन प्रकारेण. Now these are the techniques told so far. We started from verse number earlier also. We started from verse number 7. Pramadena na sandeha kim karishyami vrittiman utpadyante vidiyante buddhasya yathajale, even earlier also. And in this manner, when we have gone through, now the teacher is concluding the theme. Anena eva prakarena, by these techniques what we have dealt with in last 2, 3, 4 lectures. बुद्धि भेद न सर्वगा. There is no differentiation on account of the perception of differences. See? Perception of differences is not a problem. Differentiation created on the basis of differences, that differentiation creates problem. See? Daughter and daughter-in-law, they are different. No problem. But then, because of the daughter and daughter-in-law different, differentiation is created, then the problems begin. See, friends. Therefore, anenaiva prakarena buddhi bhedaha na sarvagaha. There is but one reality which is permeating in and through everything. See? Do this experiment. Two sounds, in between silence. Silence is nothing but the absence of sound. We are present in the sound Sri Ram. Then we are also present in the absence of the sound. That which is giving existence even to the absence is eternal presence. See? Because the absence is also recognized as existing. Therefore, the subtler we become, all the complementary pairs, they become redundant because they are only the figment of mind. Mind only creates all those. In fact, none of them are. How, what, when, where, we'll see in our next class. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnahat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.